It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Our featured matchup tonight in Chicago, where the Bulls will be going up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. And for Cleveland, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. Last season, the Cavs did not have the best record in the Eastern Conference. The Hawks did, but Cleveland did come out of the East and go to the NBA Finals. Shaq, as long as LeBron is there with this roster, how much pressure do they have to make the Finals every year?
Well, LeBron said it himself. He's the best player on the planet. They have to be one of the favorites as long as they keep that roster intact, and they have to stay injury-free, Ernie.
Do you think the best player on the planet has to let people know he's the best player on the planet? I knew he was the best player. You don't have to tell us.
Well, maybe somebody who's not on this planet.
You gotta let them know.
How many people are not?
Everybody knows.
You gotta let them know.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they made it to the finals last year with all the injuries. Of course, he's the best player. He's playing at a high level. I think he might have put a little bit undue pressure on himself now to continue to be the best player on this planet, because people from other planets might come down and say, hey, let's check it out.
Consider this. Maybe he said that because it took the pressure off the rest of the guys on that team. Maybe he said, look, I'm going to say this out there. Everybody will be talking about this, and my guys won't feel as much NBA Finals pressure.
Ernie, you must have a cap on your head, a thinking cap, that is.
You're buying that then?
I sure am.
I appreciate it.
I'm going to sell it afterwards, but I'm going to buy it now.
That's high praise from the two of you. And it's not a thinking cap, it's a done.
Welcome, everyone, to NBA basketball here on 2K Sports. Tonight, it's Noche Latina, celebration of Latin culture in the league. It's become an annual tradition and a very good one. Along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. At the United Center, Chicago fans are cheering for their Bulls. Be the Bulls off the tip. All right, let's set the floor courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. On the court for Cleveland, filling out the wings, it's Shumpert and LeBron. Down low, it's Love and Mozgov, and it's Irving in at the one spot.
And how about that? Just an easy way to get on the board.
And just like that, Greg, the first lead belongs to them.
James outside. A three. The shot no good. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball. It's incredible to think that Pau Gasol last year set a career high in points in a game for as long as he's played. He had that 46-point game in January.
Yeah, that's 46 points for Pau to go with 18 rebounds. I mean, you rarely see a player of his age putting up a career high like that.
Now here's Love. Jimmy Butler unable to get his last shot to go. And he gets it to go. Rose with the ball. And there's the feed to Gasol. The 15-footer, good. Gasol's got his second bucket of the game to go.
You know, as soon as he recognized the height mismatch, he immediately pulled up for the jumper.
And, Greg, that's just good basketball. Come on, good basketball there. Clean look from that range. He's got to take it.
Now here's Mozgov. Here's Rose. Earlier, Doris Burke spoke with head coach Fred Hoiberg. What did you find out, DB?
There are a lot of big names to deal with in this one, but perhaps none bigger than LeBron James. He told me playing for LeBron is a headache because he can do so much on the floor, saying there isn't a hole in his game. The only real way to slow him down is to get him working against himself. Physically, there is no answer for LeBron.
Thank you, Doris. All alone. Hits the front of the rim and out.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Love outside. And another miss by Cleveland. For Chicago, they've gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Rose against LeBron. To the paint. Here's Gasol, and he bangs it home with one hand.
A splendid pass that time by Rose.
Cavaliers have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. LeBron against Butler. Cleveland moving the ball around. James dishes to Irving. Launches a 3. Another miss by Irving.
And that's not the best of shot selection there. The defense definitely won that possession.
Yeah, I think in that case, you got to go elsewhere with the ball. You just can't rise up over the top of him when he's on you.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Outside Butler. Gasol, a screen on Shumpert. Butler kicks to Gasol. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. That's now 8 points for Pau Gasol.
Yeah, strong move to the basket there. Nice power to get that up and in.
Well, you go back last season, the Cavs had a very slow start to the year. Not surprising. They had a lot of new faces and people they were bringing together. Clark, it didn't look like the powerhouse they would end up being, as we saw.
Well, you know, they were kind of fumbling and bumbling around in the 5th and 6th spots in the East for the first half of the season. Made some changes, though, through trade, and that got them going, I think.
Now here's Rose. Now Love. He dishes it to Irving. It's deflected. Mozgov passes to Love. Feeds to Irving. Looking to end the drought. Second shot opportunity. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
And those midseason trades for the Cavs really turned things around. Mozgov came in, J.R. Smith and Shumpert secured that 2 spot, gave this team an incredible edge defensively.
Free throw off from Mozgov.
Yeah, and you know, they built the roster to how they play best midseason. I mean, it was a great job, I think, by the front office to get the players that fit best into the locker room and into the team style of play.
Thompson, he's checked in for Mozgov. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Here's Butler. There's the pass to Noah. The shot's good on the assist by Butler.
Well, they've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
And that's why they're on this run. You get that close to the hoop, and it's a lot easier to make shots.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Taj Gibson's checked in for Noah. Iritic comes in for Dunleavy. And it's Brooks in for Derrick Rose. Under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. The shot by Butler, nobody around. And the lead now, double digits on that bucket. Butler's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball.
A supporting role player to someone you can build your team around.
Timeout is called, first of the game for the Cavaliers. And Jimmy Butler had the career highs across the board last season, won the Most Improved Player of the Year award, really picking up his production in his fourth season.
You know, we had seen the flashes of potential in Butler before. Last season, he sustained great play and really took everything to the next level.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Anderson Varejau's checked in for Love. And it's Williams in for James. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
Yeah, Chicago.
Brooks outside. Gasol kicks to Mirotic. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, here's Gibson, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
Now here is Varejao. They need this. Brooks grabs the board.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
Thompson outside. From deep. The Cavaliers again can't hit. Chicago leading by 13. Here's the break. Then Gasol with the dunk.
Already seizing control of this game.
Total control, Greg, and as well as they're playing at both ends, I look for this lead to get even larger.
And it's Irving missing.
Yeah, real nice shot selection there. I guess he's working on his buzzer beater form.
That's a reach, but perhaps that is the case, or maybe he was trying to knock a bird off of the scoreboard.
He's about right, because I still can't figure that one out.
No, and I see no birds up there.
No.
Jefferson's checked in for Cleveland. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
They've been making some really nice passes out there. Excellent passing. That could set the tone for the rest of the game.
Yeah, also something I like out of them so far, they're throwing their bodies around in the paint, and the physicality is taking its toll.
Now here's Williams. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him.
And guys, the first year for David Blatt, he was second guessed at every turn. And that happens when you are picked to make the finals, but also when you coach LeBron James.
Thompson against Gibson. Out to Smith. Back to Varejao. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. Here's Thompson. Money from the wing.
Assist goes to Richard Jefferson.
There's 57 seconds left here in the opening quarter. And for Black, Greg, everyone did wonder if he would be the right fit early. As the season wore on and the Cavs got tougher, those questions, Clark, went away.
Yeah, and I think most people forget that he's an iconic coaching legend overseas.
Good point, yeah.
So coaching is coaching. Sure, it's not the NBA, but this guy brought a pedigree and resume that was quite substantial.
Now here is Varejao after the miss from Pau Gasol. Varejao dishes to Jefferson. And stolen by Butler. We've got 28 seconds left in the first quarter. He kicks to Mirotic. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got his fourth assist in this one.
Their defense just hasn't been able to slow him down.
And that's a big reason why they're trailing, surrendering too many easy baskets.
And it's Thompson again missing.
They've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass today.
Yeah, and it's already got them a +5 margin in the rebound column.
Down low, here's Gibson. It's rebounded by Cleveland.
This is not the slam dunk contest. You don't get do-over. You got to finish the job.
And this is like another case of Murphy's Law right now, and it's been their own doing, really, just like we saw there.
Just 4 seconds left to play here in the first. Brooks from outside. The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. It's Chicago. They lead by 18. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. Cavs head coach David Blatt beginning his NBA career after a long and illustrious career coaching over in Europe. Talked about the difference coaching abroad.
It's just a lot more practice time. And when the games come, you're still playing 2, maximum 3 times a week. You know, here you could be playing 4 or 5 times a week, and your practice time is going to be limited, and your ability to change things is going to be limited. You know, adjustments can and will be made and should be made, but you got to be a lot more pointed.
One of the most successful American coaches in European basketball history, Clark, and he's done a great job in his first season with the Cavaliers in the NBA, but nothing he did overseas certainly can compare to this.
And, you know, that's why, Kevin, people always talk about it in terms of being a marathon and not a sprint. There's nothing that compares to the NBA grind. Nothing is comparable to it.
And we welcome you back to our special Noche Latina broadcast as the second quarter is about ready to get underway. And the Bulls guys have been rolling right along, haven't they?
They seem to be a step slower, and that's one reason why they've been able to own the rebounding edge.
Well, the anticipation's been better. As the ball hits the rim, it's gone right to them. Solid job of them chasing it down and anticipating.
On the floor for Cleveland, getting going here in the second. Down low, it's Love and Mozgov. Filling out the wings, it's Shumpert and LeBron. And it's Dellavedova in at the 1. Now here's Rose, the fast break opportunity. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, GA. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Irving's checked in. So it's Chicago now. Gibson the screen, and there's a whistle. It goes on him on Shumpert. That's foul number 2 for him.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
Cavaliers on D. It's an 18-point game.
That pass never had a chance there. His timing was perfect in going after that steal.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it. Now here's Gibson. Noah the screen. Inside. Off the screen. And he dunks it after the pick frees him up.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop there with that one-hand tomahawk slam?
You know, guys, Taj Gibson now has 6 full seasons in the NBA. Already 30 years old. Seems like just yesterday he was being drafted.
The Bulls leading by 20. Heinrich outside. Looking for Gibson. He gets it there. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
With Joakim Noah, I mean, you know exactly what he's going to give you every season. Rebounding, block shots, steals a few points, relentless energy and enthusiasm, and even a few assists as well.
And the Cavaliers call time here. And Joakim Noah, he's all about doing whatever it takes to help his club succeed. Always has been. Greg, he did the dirty work when he played inside in Florida. When they won back-to-back championships, he's done it in each and every NBA season in Chicago.
And you just hit on it. I mean, he bites, he scratches, he claws his way into the upper echelon in terms of elite centers in our league. And in 2014 was named All-NBA first team as well as Defensive Player of the Year. Let's just hope he's healthy this season to get back to that level.
Bulls making a switch here. Butler's checked in. And here are the Cavaliers. Cleveland moving it around. The three from LeBron. The Cavaliers again can't hit.
You know, so many games are decided by which team wins the rebound battle. And that's held true in this one so far.
And Clark, their effort on the glass has given them the advantage, but it's also been the effort in general that's made a difference.
Williams, he's checked in for Cleveland. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. Kicks to Rose. The dish to Dunley. Pass to Gibson. He feeds it to Noah. Here's Rose. Mozgov covering. Rose gets the bucket.
The chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Here is Williams. Following the score by Derrick Rose. Outside Williams. In the corner, it's James. Trying to find Mozgov. Gets it to him. Irving passes to Mozgov. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Mozgov's got his second basket.
Great assist that time by Kyrie Irving.
The Bulls leading by 22. Outside Rose. Here's Noah. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Noah's got 6.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Now here's Williams. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Right wing. Left side, Love. Here's Irving. The rebound by Gibson.
Can't get anything to drop. I mean, the way he's going, it's probably not something he should try and shoot his way out of.
Well, they say you should shoot your way out of it, but his teammates probably have other thoughts in mind. The last thing they want to see him doing is continuing to cast that jumper up.
Kyrie Irving may be the best ball handler in the league. There are a lot of guys with a good handle. He is definitely in the top 5. If not, he's got to be in the conversation.
And arguably the most talented player at his position. I mean, he can get wherever he wants to on the court. He's athletic, an unbelievable finisher as well. I think that's something that oftentimes gets underrated. Maybe the best finisher in the game.
Agreed. And the first time out of the game called for Chicago.
And you know, Kyrie Irving really ambidextrous as a ball handler because you can't play him to one side, and he's ambidextrous as a finisher too. He's so creative and crafty. Terrific at the rim with both hands.
We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there. And one thing about Irving's ball handling, he does a great job of protecting the ball. A very low rate of turnovers for a player as aggressive as he is on the bounce.
Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one misses. Watching Mike Dunleavy Jr., he's simply the mark of consistency. We know he's in his mid-30s, but you know exactly what you're going to get out of him every season. I think Tom Thibodeau, last year's Chicago coach, really admired that and loved it.
It's so funny watching Mike Dunleavy Jr. play. I remember when his dad coached me when I was with Portland, and he was a little kid running around, and all of a sudden he's become this great NBA player. But you're right, though. He's made himself into a valuable asset in terms of the role he's been given for the Bulls.
For Cleveland, they've gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. Irving kicks to Williams. J.R. Smith on the wing, defended by Dunleavy. Outside Irving. On the wing, Williams. 6 on the shot clock. Another miss by Irving.
Talking about Dunleavy, boy, I tell you, he was playing at a high level already by his second season in the league. Practically every statistic across the board matches up since then, and that's over a decade later.
And getting back to Dunleavy's consistency here in his later years, he's one of those guys who has really ramped up the nutrition. He's hitting the weight room. I could make the case that he was a tougher, better player last year, especially on defense, than at any other time in his career.
And both free throws good for Dunleavy. Last season, the Bulls were a tough matchup, solid margin of victory for them, and never looked overwhelmed, Clark.
Yeah, you know what? They're a team that's even-keeled, the type of team that can win anytime they take the floor. They have a system that works and good talent, that actually excellent talent to make it special, and that combination is a winning one.
And you talk about the Bulls being able to beat anybody in the league. They did. They did that last season. One of only 3 teams to register 1 win against every other team in the league back in 2015.
And both free throws good for Rose.
And, you know, getting back to that point about the Bulls beating every team in the league, only the Spurs and Warriors were the other teams to do that. Goes to show just how tough last year's Bulls squad was.
Now, here is Smith. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Now here's Rose. Following the miss by J.R. Smith. And Butler gets it to go.
And chalk up a few more points for him there. This has been a one-sided game in just about every area.
Absolutely. I echo that sentiment. Their offense, their defense, I mean, it's all been terrific.
And here is Williams. After Jimmy Butler made that last 3-pointer.
And, you know, you can feel the desperation right now. They're starting to lose their composure offensively.
Yeah, it's palpable, Greg. I mean, clearly you can see the frustration. And it's understandable. I mean, right now they're on the wrong side of a big run.
Some changes for Chicago. Pau Gasol's checked in for Gibson. Mirotic comes in for Dunleavy. And Brooks subbed in for Rose. And then for Cleveland, Anderson Varejau's checked in for Mozgov. And it's Tristan Thompson in for Kevin Love. Now here's Brooks. Passes it to Gasol. Dishes to Mirotic. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel.
Well, that's not been a typical possession for them in this first half. you know, for the most part, they've been pretty smart with the ball.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Jefferson's checked in. Brooks against Williams. Over to the wing. Jefferson kicks to Williams. Smith dishes to Verajao to end the run. Makes a big height bounce and goes in.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
Chicago's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far.
And for Verajao, his wild hair and frenetic style long ago earned him the nickname Wild Thing. I mean, diving for loose balls, taking charges, but that energy and enthusiasm may be unsurpassed really by any other player in our league.
Cleveland's gone 0 of 2 from deep here in the second. There's 1:26 left to play here in the second quarter. Butler with the steal. And that one's good. Butler's got 5 points now this quarter.
And they're not taking their foot off the pedal. They just keep adding to their lead.
Well, it's never a good idea to back off and ease up, and it doesn't look like that thought's even crossed their mind. I love it.
Here's Smith. Jimmy Butler making his last shot. Greg, you're talking about Verajao. He may play wild, but his production has backed it up. A few years ago, he averaged, Clark, over 14 rebounds a game.
Yeah, and you know, I don't think he plays that wild. I think he just looks wild. That hair flying all over the place, and he's giving up his body.
That's a
I
good
don't know
point,
if he's
yeah.
necessarily a wild player as much as he just looks and appears to be everywhere at all times.
And that one falls for Mirotic. Well, what a season it was for Mirotic last year. Came on stronger for the Chicago Bulls. Continued to improve, effective in the playoffs. Really a joy to watch in his first year.
And interesting, so much hype going into the season was about Dougie McDermott and whether or not he was going to be in the running for Rookie of the Year. It ended up being Mirotic. Most years, he could have walked away with that award.
Noah kicks to Heinrich. Brooks with no one around. And the call will be against Joakim Noah. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
So it's the Cavaliers now. There's 39 seconds left to play here in the half. And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. That's on Joakim Noah.
For Mirotic, he was most valuable late in games, guys. From March on, he led the league in fourth quarter points per game.
And for that note about Mirotic, in the fourth, he outscored LeBron and Westbrook that month. That's impressive for any player, much less a rookie.
No good on the second free throw. Chicago was as strong as they would have hoped for last season at home in the United Center. A lot of big wins for them here.
Yeah, and despite all the injuries, they go 27-14 at home, and that helped to assure them of home court in the first round of the playoffs. And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
That's his first personal foul.
The Bulls have made 7 out of 9 when they've stepped to the line.
On the line for the Bulls, one shot.
And the free throw, no good.